Mat with Toys class, and we're gonna use the ring, and we're gonna use the small ball. And the small ball has a little bit of mushiness to it. Not too much, just a little bit. So I'm gonna have you take your ring, Liz, and let's go ahead and just place it right between our ankles. And that's how we're gonna kind of find our parallel position and maybe squeeze it a little bit to bring ourselves truly into that place where the hips, the feet are right underneath the hips. And then from that place, we're gonna start to lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then just let your head start to drip down, okay? Your fingers too, as you start to roll down. Just about halfway, bend your knees, soften your knees a little bit. Make sure you've got some space between your chin and your chest. You can hold like maybe a, an orange there, something, a peach. And then just start to roll back up, feeling that little press on the circle, letting that be a reminder that that's where we're gonna start our roll back up. Take a deep breath here. And then you're gonna exhale and just let the head drop. Let the neck start the movement, right? And then think about upper back, mid back, lower back, soft knees. Just let the arms kind of circle a little bit here. I like to do the two pendulums in opposite directions. And then reverse your direction. So coming towards the center, at least I am. And then I'm just gonna have you take that circle right out from between your legs and put it in your hands and start to squeeze it and roll back up again so we get a little different focus, right? Using the core to come back up one segment at a time. Reach this overhead like it's your crown, okay? Then you're just gonna take it, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me, and you're gonna go side bend and back up to center. And side bend, and back up to center, and exhale, and center, and side, and center. Now, go ahead and bring it right in front of your chest. You're gonna bend your knees and send your hips way back and send your hands a little over your chest, right? They're at this diagonal. And then come back to this position of standing tall. And then you're just gonna send your sitting bones way back, send your knees forward over your toes a little bit, and chest is reaching for the circle. And then you're just gonna start to roll back up again. From here, let's go ahead and squeeze the circle and lift your heels into a little plie, a little releve. And then drop. Now we're gonna go into our plie, and that's just a squat, really, in this situation. Not necessarily a ballet plie, right? And then we're gonna start to squeeze the circle, and let's put that together. Lift your heels, and then bend your knees. Send your sitting bones back in your chest forward, and then roll through your feet, and let your heels come down. Now let's go ahead and just spill forward, and then just let yourself hang for a minute into that stretch. And then just kind of feel my hamstrings. And then just start to bend your knees and place your circle to the side and come down. We're gonna start on hands and knees, okay? So make sure your wrists are right underneath your sitting bones. Actually, Rose, I'm gonna move this mat back a little bit just so that sorry, my bad. It's totally my bad. And here we go, perfect. And from here, we're just gonna go into a little bit of a round back cat. So just find that lift of the navel, like you're trying to push that center point of your spine up. Come back to center. And then let's go, let your chest reach forward and your tailbone and your sitting bones go up to the ceiling for that camel, or I call it arch also, and curl, rounding your back into that cat, nice flat. around back, the flat back, and then come back to center. So from here, let's go ahead and take our magic circle and place it right on our back. Put it right at your tailbone, and then really make sure it's center. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit here. So, this is where we're gonna start to glide one hand away on the mat like it's a little airplane taking off. Look straight down at the mat, and then bring it back. And then the other one is gonna glide, and this will tell us if we're staying level, right, in our back. Now stay here. Let one leg start to slide, glide across the mat. Find those other 3 points and just reach it back until it barely floats off the floor. Make sure you're square, and then bring it back down again. Yes, you'll see, like, is my circle moving? And if it is, you can adjust it right now. And then again, try to keep your level plane of all the other points here. Yeah, now we have to really think about it, don't we? And then bring it back. Well, if you want to go for the challenge, and again, make sure that you've got a good position for your circle before you go. Let's go ahead and go opposite, opposite. And gently bring it back. Nice focus, guys. And shift first. There's a weight shift, right? That has to take place. And nice job, everybody. Take the circle off. You didn't lose any circles, yay. Let's go ahead and put the circle down. And let's come into a seated position. And then you're gonna take the ball and you're gonna place it behind your back. So this is a really nice way to find our roll back, okay? So we're gonna just start to, and I've got it right at my sacrum, that little triangle, and the low back. Reach your arms forward, and then just start to roll into the ball, really pushing the air out of the ball as you come back, and then come back up again. And exhale. Good, and inhale. Now you might continue that, right? Or you might move your ball a little bit further back and see what you think of that position, right? Of rolling back and back up again. It's a really good way to find, I'm gonna go again, move my ball back to find your roll down, right? Because we're just following that ball. And roll back up again. So maybe I'm gonna take it all the way out, or maybe you like one of those positions and you're gonna keep that, right? And you're gonna roll all the way back down, wherever that is. Maybe it's that you keep the ball. If you do, you're gonna roll back up with the ball and start to roll back up. I'm giving you the different possibilities. Bent knee position or straight leg, ball behind you or not, but we're gonna start to roll back down again. Good, inhale, and exhale, push through the feet and really reach to the soles of your feet as you come back up again. And for whatever you can reach, so it might be just here, right? It might be your ankles, it might be your toes, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna turn this into your own personal show, right? And now point your toes and roll back down again. Good. Take your little ball. We're gonna place it right under one foot, okay? And then you're gonna bring the other knee in. So we're pressing down into that ball, and we're gonna maybe take the circle and just put it right on our chest and right on our belly again, okay? And we're gonna prepare for single leg circles. Well, I'll tell you what, while we've got this circle, let's go ahead and use it for a stretch. And we're gonna just put it right behind the ball of your foot and give it a little tug. Push your sole of your foot and your heel up towards the ceiling. Point your toes and flex your feet. Bring that out to the side. Put your hand on the other hip. Make sure it doesn't come with you. back to center and then switch arms. This arm goes down the floor and we're just reaching across. Maybe turn your head to look in the opposite direction, but anchor that left hip now. Let it really anchor. Breathe, everybody, and come back to center and pull it in. Good. Now let's go ahead and place the circle back where we found it, on our chest and on our belly. Pin your arms to the ground. Really reach for the ceiling. Press down on the floor ball, and then we're going to come out, down, and around. Trying not to move anything except for this leg. The breath is inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. One breath all the way around. Good. Two more. One more. Line it up with the big toe up with your nose, all right? Let's go in the other direction. Pin yourself to the floor, exhale. And inhale this time, exhale. And inhale, exhale. That's three. Three more. Two more. One more. Good. Pull that knee in. Great job. Just kind of roll the ball over so you can put that other foot on it. Find the squishy center of that. And then you're just going to reach for the circle and give it that nice stretch again. And no, this is what we find. We find how much we need this, right? And so point and flex, and point and flex. Breathe. Take this opportunity to just take some nice deep breaths, nice refreshing. Good. Let's go ahead and add those stretches, and we're gonna let this hand kind of keep that hip anchored maybe, and just let it come out to the side. The ball really challenges you, doesn't it? Under that foot. You have to really think about it. That is keeping yourself centered. And it's one of our principles, isn't it? Centering. And let's come back across. And now turn your head and look in the opposite direction from your foot. Got that nice reach. Push through your heel, pull your pinky toe back towards you, and then bring it back to center. Come in a little closer. And then place that circle right on your belly, again in your chest, and press down into the ball that's on the floor. Make this the sharpest pencil that you can possibly imagine, and start to just pivot your pencil on its eraser, which is right in the socket of the hip, right? It's that ball and socket joint. Ask yourself, exhale, or actually inhale and exhale. We're going to switch up the breath a little bit. Am I keeping everything still except for this leg? Am I lengthening through my body? That's called axial elongation. One more time. Bring it back up so it's right in line with your nose. Now we're going to go exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. No movement in the ball. No movement in the circle. Everything is pinned to the floor. Two more. And breathe, of course. Exhale and inhale. Good job. Go ahead and just place your feet down. Yes, we do need to do that, Rose. You're like, what about this one? Right? I agree. And then we're going to take this circle and we're going to take our feet through it, okay? We've got those hamstrings all nice and stretched out. Let's do some glutes. So I want you to just, we're also going to work the abductors and the adductors, the adductors, right? So press out on the circle, find a place where it's comfortable, because sometimes it's not, right? But plant your feet. So you want to feel the big toe, the pinky toe, the heel, the whole foot is planted on the floor. Now, put your hands on your glutes, Find that little smile of your glutes. Try to lengthen your tailbone straight out towards the opposite wall and just squeeze and press into the floor and lift. Do you feel your glutes working and taking charge instead of your hamstrings being bossy, okay? That's what we're after. Reach the knees like they're trying to reach over the toes. Now come back down again as one piece. This is a neutral bridge. We're gonna go send your sitting bones away. Make sure your ribs are nice and laced up, and press your feet into the floor to lift your hips. Okay, we're gonna stay up there and just press the circle out, out, out. If you need to adjust it, I do, adjust it. Out and squeeze. Don't let your hips drop when you press out. So we're squeezing out, abduction, out, 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 out. 4 more, 4, 3, 2. Keep your squeeze, keep your press out, that is. And squeeze the glutes, press the feet into the floor. Let the knees look over the toes as you roll from throat to tail this time down. So let the back articulate to come down from head to tail. 1 vertebra at a time. Now go ahead and take the circle and place it in between your inner thighs. And let's start with planting our feet, making sure we got it in a comfortable place, and a little squeeze, 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 and press, 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 and hold. Plant your feet into the floor, plant your arms into the floor, and lift as one piece again. We're gonna stay up there and we're gonna squeeze. 2, this is adduction. 4, let those inner thighs do it. 6, 7, 8, hold, squeeze higher. Articulate down from head to tail. Create space between your vertebrae as your knees look over your toes as you roll back down again. Good. From here, just go ahead and place that down. And let's just bring our legs closer together. And we're gonna start with single leg bridge. So, matter of fact, I'll tell you what, let's add the circle, not the circle, but the small ball to that, okay? So we're gonna bring the small ball between I'm right below my knees, right on my inner thighs, so I can kind of hold it there. Squeeze that ball, plant the foot that's on the floor into the ground, plant your whole body, and then push from that foot to lift yourself up. And then neutral bridge to come back down again. And lift your hips equally. Squeeze the ball and come back down again. 1 more time, lift and come back down again. Switch legs. So we can do some really good glute work and different varieties of it with these props. And press that foot into the floor, squeeze the ball, and lift and come back down again. And lift and come back down again. We're getting ready to teach mat 3, and it's all about mat with props. That's coming up over the weekend. Press and back down again. Good job. Okay. This time, the ultimate challenge to me is we're gonna put our foot on the ball. All right. I know. And we're gonna straighten this leg up to the ceiling, okay? Now I really want you to find your glute on this one as you press your heel into the floor and back down again. It's a little more hamstring, isn't it?
That's a killer.
I know. You're right, Sarah. And lift, push through your heel, try to push through the whole foot and back down again just 1 more time. Reach. Okay, good job. We don't need to do very many of those. We're gonna do the other side. Again, the challenge is try to find that full surface of your foot, even though it's on the ball, right? So equally press, and you might feel one side is different from the other. You can put your hand on your glute and see, like, are you working for me? Are you firing? That's our second one. And have a little conversation with it. And go, 3rd one, and back down again, and good job. Go ahead and just take the ball and push it off to the side, but take your circle into your hands, all right? And we're just gonna roll up into this position where it's over our shins. We're gonna squeeze it. If this bothers your neck, you can put your head down. Hey, you could even use this as a little pillow, right? If it bothers your neck. And so we're gonna go reach and back. That's it. Reach, squeeze the circle, and back. Inhale and exhale. Good. Keep this, okay? Or this, doesn't bother me, whichever one you choose. But we're gonna go, one leg reaches out, and then switch, and switch, switch, and switch, and switch. I'm gonna add a little variety to this. We're gonna rotate towards over the knee that's bent, and then rotate, okay? And rotate. The legs are still scissoring straight out, like little pistons on an engine, but your upper body is rotating. One more time. And bring this right behind your head. Literally just take it right under that little helmet of your skull and just let yourself get some traction. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? So pull that little tissue that you're literally grabbing the fascia and stretching it towards the back wall, okay? And you're also making a nice little hammock for the head. From here, we're gonna go into crisscross bicycle. Don't get too comfortable, right? And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Hold it here, good. Reach your legs up. We're gonna lower, only to where your back does not come off the mat. Exhale, lengthen, traction your head out of the shoulders. It's like you're trying to pull towards that back corner of the ceiling. Pull and exhale. Just one more, yeah. And I like how some people are bending their knees as a modification. That would look like this, and that's perfect. Okay, I love it. And drop the feet. Woo! And go ahead and put your head on the ball. Okay, arms are to the ceiling. Let your knees sway to one side, and then pull yourself back with your core. So let your knees sway to the other side, and think, pull yourself back from this core. Knee sway. I'm actually pulling from back here and here on that side. Knees lead, sacrum leads. Now turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. That's right. I know. And pull it back. So we get a nice little release work for the head and neck too with the ball, right? And turn. Squeeze your circle. Good. And back. And turn. And back. Go one more time, okay? And good. Okay. I'm gonna turn to face you, and we're gonna face this window. And we're gonna take the ball, and we're gonna place it right under our rib cage, all right? So first we're just gonna get, it's fully under my ribs, a nice little stretch over the ball. And reach. Now, you're gonna come back up again, and what you're trying to do here is not relax into the ball. That feels very nice, but that's not what we're after. We're trying to get away from the ball. So try to lift your ribs off. My feet are a little to the front corner of my mat, by the way, and my hips are stacked. So make sure that's all there. Now, we're gonna lift and we're gonna lower, and we're gonna try to stay away from that ball, like it's a hot ball and we don't wanna get burned. Good. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now turn out. I'm gonna tuck my toes under for that turn out. And try to get those hips from rocking and rolling. It's not very high, right? We can also add a point and flex, and point and flex. Lengthen through the neck. One more time.
Good, let's go. Bring it so it's parallel and the height of the hip. We're gonna go kick, kick, and reach back. And I like to exhale here and inhale into that extension. Try not, though, to let the hips become unanchored. Try to keep them really pinned. Exhale, good, and inhale. And then start your bicycle. So bend your knee, reach forward and back. You can also point, and then flex, and point, and then flex, and point. Again, that ball is there just to remind you. So we're gonna do ranjan or circle of the leg. We're gonna go forward, up, back, and around. Good, and forward, up, back, and around. One more time. Boy, does that ball keep us honest. And let's go back first, okay? We're gonna go back and up. Notice that I'm turning internal to external with this leg. We got one more like that. So it goes toes down, toes up, and forward, and pull it forward. And just come down onto your side, okay? And from here, we're just getting a nice little stretch in, okay? Reach both legs long. We're gonna add our bananas right in, okay? So this hand is just our anchor, or if you really wanna challenge, it's on your side. But we're just gonna let ourselves lift, reach to your feet, and come back down again. And lengthen. And back down again, look straight ahead. You are in the shape of a banana. So my arm is a little in front, to the front corner of the mat. My feet are to the front corner of the mat as well. Up. Now reach the top leg out. Maybe reach the top arm out. See if you can get that star shape kind of banana. And then we're gonna come back down and bend your knees. Now, I'm into a little mermaid side stretch. This isn't really comfortable for everybody, right? So it might be this way, right? That we come into that stretch. It could even be that we take it into that position, right? It depends on your hips. I'm gonna go back to the merman. Good, and then come this way. Notice my arm is reaching for the ceiling here. My head is reaching for that opposite wall, crown of the head. Good. Let's go ahead from here, just place your hand down. So from there, we're gonna keep this position, but we're gonna come up into a modified side over, great. And that's gonna be level 1. And to come down, we just come right back down, okay? And it might be here even, right? So I'll show you that. Up, okay. Now part 2, or level 2, would be that I would bring my leg here, okay? You can practice it up here. It's a good place to find out, well, how's that? And then come back down again, okay? So, this is behind the other leg, notice. I'm gonna come up. Now come back down again. For wrists, we could be on our elbow, right? You could be on our forearm, if that's too much on your wrist, although I encourage you to try to strengthen your wrist any way that you can by just continue to practice it and play with it and come back down. I'm gonna go into the full twist. That could be on your wrist or it could be on your hand, okay? But notice I've got, my hand is a little further away from me than just right under me, right? I have a pyramid shape underneath it. So we're gonna go, actually grab your ball in this hand. We're gonna go up and we're gonna loop the ball through, thread the ball through, lift your hips. I love the modifications, ladies. And come back and over your head and then back down again, okay? So we're gonna sweep the ball up. There's a big hot air balloon under your belly. You're gonna lift it. Good. And you're gonna come back. And you're gonna come back down again. Oh, I know it. Good job. let's go ahead and just bring your feet to the other side. Let's get our side stretch in while we're here. Okay. And remember, that could be like this or like this. I have people in all those different possibilities when I'm teaching, so it could be any of those things. They're all valid. And come back down again. Because we're not trying to challenge, we're just trying to stretch, right? And if that stretch doesn't feel good, first example, for somebody with SI joint problems, this might not feel good. It might feel terrible. So they're gonna pick one of the other ones. Good, okay. We're gonna lay right onto that side, okay? So we're gonna take our little trusty ball and place it right under our ribs here. First, just get that nice stretch. Right over the ball. Yep. So, you know, we can't get enough lateral work. That's why I throw so much of it into this class. It's so good for you. So many ways. It helps. This is a plane, right? This lateral or this frontal plane that we're working in, but it helps all the other planes. It helps the front and the back, and you know, even rotation. So come back up, and I want you to bring your feet probably a little to the front of the mat, towards the front of the mat, and then really lengthen out through. So I'm going to give you another position here. Lengthen out through the back of the crown of the head, and keep that as you flex your feet, and you lift, and you lower that leg, and you lift it, and you lower it. Keep the ribs from resting on that ball. Very good. I see my people in my class are not cheating. They're serious. That ball is just there to remind you. Let's go tuck the toes under, right? Turn out. So we're gonna lift and down. We're turned out in both legs, and we're trying not to let the hips rock and roll. One more time. Good. I want you to come back to parallel, and then you're just gonna take that leg and you're gonna kick it forward and point back. So I'll show you what I don't want. Forward and back. See, my hip went with it. It doesn't even feel good. Forward, but I'm gonna keep my hip pinned. Remember, it's an exhale and an inhale. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Go into bicycles. Bend the knee. Kick that foot forward, flex, and point to go back. Try not to let yourself lean into that ball. It's tempting, right? Try not to. And then we've got our favorite circle of the leg. Reach forward. Say that tongue in cheek, because this one's really hard. Just two more in this direction. Whew. And one more. And go back. And up towards the ceiling if you can. And forward. Back to the ceiling and forward. Don't force it though. Okay. Let's come down for our bananas, right? So we're gonna start with just, you could be here. You could have your hand on the ball too. It's another possibility, or the floor. But we're just gonna reach through our feet and reach through our arm and float up and let your head rest. Or if it doesn't bother you, you can bring the head off and lengthen it. If you start to feel your neck, put your head on your arm. But I'm gonna show you both options. Could be this one, could be this one, okay? One more time. Pull your abdominals in and up while you do this. Balance challenge, so you can see it's a challenge for me too, don't worry. And reach the top leg off, okay? Find that place where you can reach the top arm off. Good, and the bottom leg is off the ground. And we are coming back down again, good. Lots of work for that side, right? Let's come back up onto our elbow. Okay, so we've got our first position, which is that way, right? That we would come like into that position right here, okay? Or we can come up onto our hand, right? And we can come, leg comes underneath. These are just building blocks, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my small ball in this front hand. Or we can take both feet, bottom leg is behind the top one, and come over and then back down again. And exhale. Pick your position that you like and back down. Pick your position that your body likes. Listen to your body. I'm gonna go ahead from here and I'm gonna go into the twist. And I'm gonna twist and come back and come over and come down. That's the full hurrah, right? So it's up and curl, lift your belly when you come through and come back. I'm following this ball with my eyes. And then, whew, things are getting heated up in here. Last one. 3 is a good number, isn't it? Ooh, through and back and down. Nice job, everybody. Let's just go ahead and straighten our legs into this position of a narrow V. Okay, let's go ahead and get side over here again one more time, because we did a lot of side work, didn't we? And other side. Think about lengthening through the back of the crown of the head here. And breathe. Inhale into that side. Let your head fall. Keep breathing. Push through the soles of your feet. Now, again, make sure this is just beyond your hips, right? This position. And then we're just gonna reach our arms back out to the side. We're gonna spin on our axis. We're gonna look at our pinky toe and slice, look at your knee, and then look behind you, and then come back up again to center. And look forward, exhale, look behind you, and then stack back up again. Exhale, look behind, inhale, and exhale, and look behind, and inhale. Good job. All right. From here, let's come back into right in the center of your mat, okay? And we're gonna practice a little bit of rolling like a ball. So we're gonna take the ball and we're gonna place it in a few different spots. It could be right here, let's practice. Right in your belly, and then your hands could be behind your thigh bones, and we're gonna rock and roll. So that's one, okay? You want more of a challenge, put it right here and squeeze the ball, bring your hands to the outside of your legs. Another place you could do is put it right behind your legs, and this is kind of the ultimate ball position. And we're squeezing it as we come up. Pick one of those. Inhale as you get back. Exhale as you come up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. All right, so let's go ahead and sit nice and tall on our mat. And we're gonna practice a little double leg rocker. So we're gonna start with one leg, reaching out and bring it back. Inhale and exhale. We can also bring this into a little balance challenge. Okay, so we bring one leg out, we bring the other leg. Now this could be that way, this way, all valid. What you're after with this is really making sure you stay curled in your lower belly and that you don't go into extension, all right? We don't want that. We want the chest lifted, but we want to protect that low back with our abdominals. Now, let's take the circle and place it right between the ankles, okay? So, we could keep this position, right? I'm going to show you, and just rock back. Nothing wrong with that, right? We could also straighten our legs, which is much more challenging. And you choose. Squeeze that circle. I'm gonna give you a couple of different options with this circle. Squeeze it. Just one more. I'm really balancing on the back of my tailbone, kind of, by the way. And then here's another way to do this, which is kind of interesting. So we can put it on the outside too, okay? And we can press out with the circle. So that could be, again, that I'm pressing out with my knees bent. No problem, press out and feel the difference. Or it could be that I'm really straightening my legs and pressing out. I know, press out. But it does change things, and I want you to feel how it changes things. Whoo! Press out, press out, press out. You gotta tell yourself. Press out on the circle. Good job, guys. Let's do a fun little single leg teaser with this, all right? So you're gonna start with it right behind the sole of your foot, underhanded grip, and just start to roll down from your belly. Reach out through that straight leg that's on the floor. Now you're allowed to use a little bit of momentum to push into your foot and get yourself back up there. It's like a little seesaw, right? And exhale to come back. And inhale to come back up again. Lovely. And exhale to come back. Fun, right? Okay, when we get back up there, let's switch legs. You guys are doing awesome, by the way. Seriously, press that leg down and roll down. Use your breath. Exhale. Oh, right back up again. And exhale, really let the back curl, the pelvis. It kind of gives you time, doesn't it? This one, I love it. One more. Okay, let's play. We're gonna put, notice how I turned it? Like I went from the padded part to the not padded part, and I'm gonna put my toes on that, on the non-padded part. Pull your knees in, and just come into your teaser. So that could be knees bent, couldn't it? Arms straight, because that's a great level 1, level 2 teaser. It could be full teaser. How about that? And really reach. Oh look, everybody can do teaser. Awesome. And let's come back to this beginning position. So it kind of gives you the idea of what is this. You can still keep that position if you want to, no problem. Or you can come down, okay? And you can come into your teaser from here. Bend your knees, squeeze your circle, bend your knees, good, and reach out wherever you want, but keep those abdominals curled. And then come back down again. There's, again, level 1, level 2. Probably level 2. The level 1 is to stay where we were previously. We're gonna come up into full teaser if you want to. Here it is, squeeze. But do not compromise your back. And come back down again. If you feel this in your back whatsoever, you're gonna go back to one of the other modifications. Exhale. Modifications are not cheating. They're building. They're building your strength so that you can do something properly. Because if we don't do it well, what's the point of doing it at all? There's none. That is the whole basis of Pilates. And good, everybody. Nice job. Let's just put that circle aside. We kind of saved, I guess this one is really, it's all the pieces put together. We saved that for last, right? And that is, we're gonna sit up tall, okay? We're gonna cross our legs for boomerang. Make sure you got plenty of room behind you because your feet are gonna go over your head and you want plenty of mat behind you. So, boomerang. We're sitting up super nice and tall. And we're going to just come into roll over first. So exhale, switch your feet, come up into your teaser, circle the arms around, and interlace the fingers and fold forward. Release your hands and come back to that reach again. Roll back up again. I lied, I'm still gonna do swan. I haven't saved this one as the last one because we gotta get some swan in too. So we're gonna go roll back, switch, and come back up again. Reach, and circle the arms around. And release your hands. And then slide yourself back up into that really tall, really nice posture. Exhale. Inhale. And stretch. And inhale. And release. Slide yourself back into it. Exhale. Switch legs. Reach up into your teaser, stay there. Circle your arms around. Interlace them. Then boomerang forward, and that's it. And reach the arms back. Okay. So, to prepare for swan, we're gonna put this right behind kind of in that place where you're comfortable, okay? You can bring your hands behind your head, but right between your shoulder blades. You find the comfortable place to open up your chest, okay? Now if you're comfortable with putting your head down right there, do that. You could also put a towel behind your head if you need one. And then kind of find that right placement to open up your chest. Now reach for the ceiling, reach fingertips to the ceiling, and then drop the shoulders, the arms right back into those little sockets, those little placements for them. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades apart. Exhale, and let them hold together around the ball. It's like I'm trying to grab the ball with my shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. Now just open your arms to the side and let your backs of your hands fall to the floor. It's a big opening. If it's too much for you, take some of the air out of the ball. Breathe into your chest. And exhale, wrap the shoulder blades around the ball as you exhale. Wrap them even more as you inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Expand your chest. Bring your hands behind your head. Do a little bit of a curl here. Just curl deep. Inhale to come back over again. Exhale, curl deep like you're trying to squish the ball. And one more time, keep some space between your chin and your chest, even though you're curling deep. You'll feel it even more. From there, we're gonna come over and we're gonna come onto our stomach, right? And we're gonna turn the circle so that the pads are on the outside, right? And the ring part is on the floor. And then we're gonna just push down on the top of the ring. So let your shoulders kind of be in this position, which is actually quite an extension already. But you're gonna press down on the circle to just lift your chest, okay? Reach through your feet and come back down again. Press down on your circle, swish it. Last time, we're gonna come down. Good, go ahead and place the circle aside. Put your hands by your side. Start to push yourself back. Cuckoo is our timer in this studio. Cuckoo clock tells us we're right at the end. You're probably glad to hear that, but we're not done yet. So we're gonna come into a little bit of upper body work, all right? So we're gonna come into our plank position. That could be on your wrists, right? Or your elbows, you choose. Which one do you like better? this one's actually really good. That it's a modification, but it's also hard. Reach through the soles of your feet. We're gonna breathe. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, breathe. 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. If you got 10 more, 10, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and 1. Good job. Come back into a nice extended child's pose. Let's come back forward again with those hips. Elbows are kind of turned in towards your ribs, fingers facing a little out. Shift your hips forward. I've got my knees down. We're just gonna go down, 2 and up, 2 and down, 2, slow up, 2, breathe, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let your core fire. Exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Good job, everybody. We're just gonna walk ourselves back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push yourself back into your feet. Roll back up again. Our very last thing is gonna be Pilates push-ups. Nothing better than Pilates push-ups. Roll all the way back up to this tall position, and then let the crown of the head start to roll down. Look at your feet, are they parallel? Start to roll down and walk yourself back 4 times. We're gonna do 6 of these. 1 and 2 and 3. Could be on your knees, guys. Yep. And I think we got one more. Now walk yourself back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go wide this time. 6. That's 3. 3 more. Good. To the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab your circle. Place it between your ankles again. This is just a good check-in. Feel your body in terms of how you felt when you started and kind of where it is now and how it's different. Close your eyes, check in. And then just start to roll the crown of the head down, let your arms hang. What do you notice? What do you notice is different? I notice that I feel much more fluid. And I feel like there's no roadblocks, right? I feel like my body is one piece. Soften your knees. I feel a lot more controlled and centered. I'm definitely breathing better. Right, reach your arms up to the ceiling and just come into this big stretch, and I feel much more relaxed after I've done a class. And hey, those are all our principles. Okay, so roll back down again.
lots of tension has left, right? And then roll back up, nice and easy. From your feet, from your ankles, calves, knees, thigh bones, tail, sacrum, low back, mid back, upper back, neck, really long through the neck, to the crown of the head. Let's go ahead and just lift our heels and see what our balance is like. Not too bad, right? And then come back down again. Thank you so much for joining me today for this nice